On May 16, 2026, a force that could no longer be ignored finally tore open the hidden industry bias inside Chinese entertainment. For years, there seemed to be an invisible hierarchy inside mainstream TV awards. Realist dramas always stood at the top, while costume dramas, no matter how huge their ratings were or how popular they became, were often dismissed as traffic-driven products or fast food entertainment. It was extremely difficult for historical dramas to touch awards that represented true mainstream recognition. But the announcement of the 33rd China TV Golden Eagle Awards suddenly broke that balance. Xiao Zhan's The Legend of Zang Hai appeared on the shortlist, and the moment the news came out, single-day online discussions instantly passed 100 million views. But that was only the beginning. Within less than 48 hours, multiple top state media outlets, including Xinhua News Agency, CCTV News, People's Daily Overseas Edition, and Reference News, launched an unusually intense wave of collective coverage. This was not normal entertainment reporting. It was long-form, high-level endorsement. And inside the television industry, data is usually the first thing that breaks prejudice. When some people questioned whether The Legend of Zang Hai was nominated only because of traffic, the numbers became the strongest response. CCTV 8 ratings surpassed 2% in real time, with a peak of 2.48%. That number alone already broke the record for costume dramas on CCTV over the past 5 years. At that exact time, countless families across China were watching Zhang Hai's political struggles and national ideals unfold on screen. Online, 3 billion views and a heat index above 10,000 were only the starting point. But what truly shocked the industry was the drama's terrifying long-tail effect. In today's fast-moving market, many hit dramas disappear the moment broadcasting ends. But 1 full year after its finale, The Legend of Zang Hai still remained at the top of Yunhe's annual rankings. It dominated the charts for 64 consecutive days. That kind of longevity proved one thing: this was not temporary hype. It had truly stayed inside the audience's memory. And even more importantly, the drama completed something far bigger: cultural export. From Southeast Asia to Europe and North America, audiences across more than 100 countries experienced the impact of Chinese aesthetics. On IMDb, the series reached a 9.5 rating. And what surprised people most was that the praise did not come from fan campaigns. It came from overseas viewers themselves. People praised Eastern heroic culture, traditional mortise and tenon craftsmanship, and the deeper philosophy inside the story. As People's Daily Overseas Edition stated, The Legend of Zang Hai was not simply a television drama. It became a visual translator for Chinese culture. The series carefully wove intangible cultural heritage into every layer of its storytelling. And when overseas audiences were moved by the costumes, the visual design, and the spirit of collective responsibility, the drama had already gone beyond entertainment itself. It became a cultural calling card for China. However, great data alone does not create a great character. Without a soul inside the role, even the biggest drama can still feel empty. And Xiao Zhan's performance in The Legend of Zang Hai became another key reason the series entered mainstream award discussions. Playing Zang Hai was an enormous challenge. This character carried the trauma of family destruction, years of silence, and endless revenge. At the same time, he had to constantly switch between different identities. In front of powerful officials, he appeared gentle, careful, and restrained. Inside dangerous conspiracies, he became cold, precise, and deeply strategic. But hidden beneath all of that, he was still the same young man who never escaped his hatred. Xiao Zhan's performance can be described with 2 words: restraint and texture. This time, he avoided exaggerated emotional explosions. Instead, he pursued something far more realistic. In many famous scenes, you do not see him screaming in pain. What you see is the brief fracture inside his eyes, a tiny shift in breathing, a line spoken softly but carrying enormous emotional weight. One detail that audiences praised repeatedly was the famous physiological retching scene. Inside an extremely oppressive environment, when the character faced unbearable truths, Xiao Zhan did not rely on tears to express suffering. Instead, he used an instinctive physical reaction to show the moment the character's inner world collapsed. That kind of performance goes beyond simple acting. It feels like genuine emotional immersion. Another major surprise was the use of live on-set recording throughout the drama. Xiao Zhan's original voice carried both classical elegance and natural texture. For thousands of lines written in semi-classical dialogue, he repeatedly refined pronunciation, breathing, and rhythm on set, trying to fully match the character's emotional state. Of course, being shortlisted is only the beginning. This year's Golden Eagle Awards can honestly be described as a battle between top actors. Hu Gei's deep work inside realist dramas, Yunhe's extraordinary control, and Zhang Ruoyun's consecutive hit performances, every competitor carries enormous industry recognition. So why does the Legend of Zang Hai's nomination still feel so significant? Because it may represent something much larger. One of China's most important television awards is quietly sending a signal. Judging standards are beginning to return to the work itself. For years, many people treated Dubon's scores like the only standard for artistic quality. But a true national-level hit drama naturally faces far more complicated audiences. Children watch it, parents watch it, older generations watch it. That kind of massive reach also brings harsher judgment. And mainstream awards often consider something broader than a single online rating. They care about the overlap between popularity, professional quality, cultural value, and social impact. That is why state media support matters so much here. They are essentially saying historical dramas are not automatically lightweight. As long as the story contains real cultural depth, real emotional power, and real artistic quality, it deserves equal standing inside mainstream awards. In many ways, this is no longer just a competition between actors. It has become a test of whether Chinese television can finally move beyond genre prejudice.